While Spider-Man 2 comes packed with tons of content, dedicated players can beat the core experience in a weekend, and tackle the additional content in about a week. That's not a bad thing, but it could leave some players wanting more. So for those looking for something similar to Marvel's Spider-Man 2, here are a few games that will scratch that itch. Starting things off, we have Hogwarts Legacy. It's easy to see why this game was 2023's best-selling title. The Harry Potter IP is as valuable as they come, and it helps that this game lets players enjoy the fantasy of a magical adventure set in a wizarding world. The amount of detail put into Hogwarts and the surrounding environment is impressive, even if the open world checklist can be rather uninspiring at times. Still, the game's excellent combat and adherence to the source material make it worth checking out for any fan of open world games, and especially for fans of Harry Potter. Next up, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. After the disappointment of Marvel's Avengers, no one expected Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy to be a worthwhile superhero game. So, fans were pleasantly surprised when they found this well-written and engaging story.
Release the beast. Let me dispose of it. Because that worked so well for you last time.
We need a better plan of attack.
Yes. Ideally, one that guarantees my safety is needed.
Some players would go so far as to say that this is the best use of the Guardians of the Galaxy IP across any entertainment medium, which is huge praise considering the success of James Gunn's MCU trilogy. While initial sales for the games were slow, the game enjoyed enough word of mouth to reach high sales figures over its lifespan. Now let's talk about Sunset Overdrive. This game proved to Sony that Insomniac was the perfect studio to handle the Spider-Man IP. The game's incessant charm and fun traversal still hold up to this day, and they are blatant precursors to what would eventually become Spider-Man's mechanics. Players who want to check out what Insomniac was up to before becoming a PlayStation darling will love Sunset Overdrive. It's a wild joyride that never lets up, combining fun traversal, wild combat, and a brightly colored world to great effect. Moving on, we have Infamous Second Son. As of now, it's the last game in the series which launched a few months after the PS4 debuted. It starred a new protagonist, Delsin, who had a different set of powers than Cole from the first two games. Delsin could absorb powers from other conduits, the other superpowered individuals. Players began with the power of smoke, which came with an abundance of fire, but later acquired a few more. It delivers well on the superhero power fantasy and offers a sprawling city full of side objectives. PlayStation fans probably tackled this game years ago, but it still deserves a place on the list. Now we have Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Set in England during the Industrial Revolution, the game offers dual protagonists, siblings Jacob and Evie Fry. Players witness their brotherhood origins and help to stop the revolution from being spoiled by the Templars. The dual protagonists might appeal to Marvel Spider-Man 2 fans, but so would the gadgets. For example, players can mix a grappling hook in with their parkour abilities to make for a traversal system that general Spider-Man fans might enjoy. Next on our list is Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3: The Black Order. In this Nintendo Switch exclusive, you get to play not only as Spidey, but a huge swath of the Marvel Pantheon. Players start with a small handful of heroes, but the roster quickly expands from the slash-happy Wolverine to the sophisticated monster hunter Elsa Bloodstone. It's a great game to play with a group of friends online, or right next to you on the couch. It may be a short adventure, but there's lots of reasons to replay it thanks to the huge roster of characters. And finally, here is Yakuza Zero. Despite its name, Yakuza Zero was not the first game released in the series, but it is the first game chronologically. Players will go through most of the game as the series mainstay, Kazuma, as he begins his life as a Yakuza enforcer in the 80s. The cityscape is small compared to the New York metropolis in Marvel's Spider-Man 2, but that makes Yakuza Zero a more intimate experience. Players will need to smash everything and everyone to reach the top of the Yakuza food chain. And that's our list of some of the best games to play if you're a fan of Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Thanks so much for tuning in to Game Rant. We'll see you next time.